Welcome to the channel that updates the most shocking and fascinating episodes of the series Beyond the Gates, where each episode is a tense battle between truth and lies, between love and betrayal. In today's article, we bring you one of the most painful and breathtaking twists ever, the horrifying truth behind the seemingly sweet relationship between Bill, Hayley, and Leslie. Don't take your eyes off this article, because what you are about to read can completely change the way you look at these two seemingly harmless women. Bill entered the house in the middle of a hot summer afternoon, his mind still preoccupied with a series of problems at work. He planned to return just to get some documents and then quickly go to the family reunion held at the Dupree mansion. However, what he did not expect was that in that seemingly normal moment, his life would be shattered in an unforeseeable way. As he approached the hallway, Bill suddenly stopped because of the sound of the office door that he had not noticed was slightly opened. The voice of Hayley, the woman he had loved and trusted with all his heart, rang out clearly through the phone, mixed with Leslie's calculating voice. Each word, each letter hit Bill's mind like a knife piercing his heart. He could not believe his ears when he heard the entire content of that conversation. Each cold and cruel detail gradually revealing a horrifying truth that he had never imagined. It turned out that it was all just an elaborate drama that had been set up in advance. Hayley had never been pregnant. All the weak expressions, fake tears, passionate hugs in the midst of pain were staged by her like a great artist just to keep Bill in a fraudulent plan that Leslie had meticulously planned. Every time Hayley mentioned the baby, Bill softened, he cleared his doubts, he went deeper into the trap. Leslie didn't need to appear too much, because she used Hayley as a perfect chess piece to manipulate Bill from behind. She secretly held his investments through a shell company under Hayley's name, a virtual legal entity set up just to serve the purpose of embezzling assets, stealing every penny from the man they were deceiving. Every contract, every financial document that Bill confidently signed was a piece of the clever and cruel game that the two women had set up. Bill's heart stopped beating. He stepped back, the world around him spinning and distorting. The beautiful images he had built in his head of Hayley, of their future, of their unborn child, all shattered like shards of glass that pierced his heart. There was no excuse, no remorse in the voices he heard from Hayley or Leslie. They didn't talk about feelings, just money, profits, and cover-up strategies. They talked about how to make Bill trust, how to get him to sign authorizations, how to adjust the numbers on the reports. They chuckled at how shocked Bill would be if he knew the truth. They mocked his gullibility, his arrogance for victory. To them, Bill was nothing more than a target, a puppet controlled by sweet words and a fake pregnancy. In that moment, the collapse began to burn inside Bill like a slow fire. He left the house without saying a word, trying to suppress the anger that was surging like a tidal wave in his chest. His hands clenched, blood rushed to his head, but his mind remained terrifyingly clear. He knew he couldn't make a fuss right then. He needed evidence, he needed confirmation to expose everything in front of the entire Dupree family. He not only wanted the truth to be revealed, but he also wanted Hayley and Leslie's humiliation to be pushed to the climax. Bill had been a soft-hearted man, always ready to forgive, but with this betrayal, the only thing left in him was an unquenchable resentment. That evening, at the lavish banquet at the Dupree mansion, the atmosphere seemed perfect. Everyone raised their glasses to celebrate business achievements, partnerships, and future plans. Hayley appeared with a gorgeous appearance, a gentle smile and sparkling eyes as usual. She walked to Bill's side, holding his arm like a perfect couple in everyone's eyes. Leslie was not far away, chatting happily with the family members. No one expected that the two women were carrying an extremely dirty secret. Bill sat there, his eyes saw through all the fake beautiful shells. He was silent during the first part of the party, not saying much, not showing any attitude, making the people around him think that he was just stressed because of work. But that silence was just the storm before it exploded. When dessert was served, Bill stood up. His voice was cold and decisive, completely ending the previous intimate atmosphere. He didn't need to beat around the bush, didn't need to hedge. In front of everyone, he declared that Hayley had been lying to him all this time. He said that the pregnancy never existed. That the whole pregnancy was just a scenario to keep him in line so that Leslie could steal assets through a shell company. All eyes turned to Hayley, who was now as white as a sheet of paper. Her lips trembling, unable to speak. Leslie tried to keep her composure, but her face could no longer hide her confusion and panic. Bill didn't stop. He walked up to the table, raised his hand and slammed it down, causing wine glasses to shatter, knives and forks to clatter. Everyone gasped, but he didn't care. His voice echoed in the luxurious space. He declared that he would sue both Hayley and Leslie for fraud and financial fraud. He would bring the truth to light, and would not give either of them the opportunity to continue to destroy what he had built. Bill was no longer a man we can love, but now a man betrayed to the core, ready to fight to the end for honor and justice. The incident became an earthquake in the upper class. Relationships related to Bill's company began to question, investors were in an uproar. The media hunted for every piece of news. The Dupree family was deeply shocked, because Leslie was an important link in their strategic business plans. The collapse of trust not only led to a bloody breakup, but also ignited a serious chain reaction. Hayley disappeared that night without a trace. Leslie tried to defend herself, denying everything, claiming that Bill had made up his mind and had no evidence. But she did not know that Bill had recorded the entire conversation he heard that day, along with the shady financial transactions he had collected over the days after discovering the truth. He was ready, and the legal battle ahead would be a fierce confrontation, where lies had no place to hide. And that was just the beginning of what was even more horrifying waiting ahead. The battle would not stop at a lawsuit, but would be a long series of days exposing the hidden sins in the upper class, where money, power, and betrayal always exist under the guise of false morality. Don't miss any developments in the next episodes. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel today so you don't miss any shocking moments from Beyond the Gates, where every secret has a price.